Hi YouTube friends, welcome. Join me because today we're doing another paracord bracelet. This one is a design by JD Lenson. Start with your two pieces of paracord and measure out the length of the bracelet that you want, and then just feed out another bit so that you can tie a button. So we have the shorter pieces down here at the bottom. And then just take this left hand strand and come right around to form an overhand loop. And then bring that around the back to the other side again. And then we just want to take this working end and dive it down through that very left loop there. So that's just tied a slip knot for us. And we can just tighten this up. And then adjust this loop here until it is around about 1 centimeter or half an inch, and then we can start our braiding. Start here with the right hand strand and come in underneath both of those core strands, and then take your left strand under also, and then take that left strand over, then up through this gap here, and then finally down through this gap here. And then we can proceed to tighten the knot. Just making sure our core strands here are nice and straight, so I'm just holding these with my two lesser fingers down here and just pulling down as I tighten the other strands. Okay, once our first one is done, we are going to start again over here at the right, and since this one went underneath first, we're going to alternate, so this one is going to start by coming over the top of the two core strands, and then this one goes over the top as well, and then we're going to weave through here. This one's going to go underneath, then down through that gap there, and then finally up through the very right hand loop. And again we can tighten this one up. So again we will start here on the right, and you notice this blue strand goes over, so this white one is alternating and will start by coming underneath. So take this one underneath, which means this left strand is also underneath, and then we're going to weave through the middle here. We're going to go over, up through the center, and finally down through that very right hand loop. So as you progress, you will see that there's a loop created here and a loop created here. Try and keep these loops as even as possible as you work down. So we're going to start here again at the right, and you'll see that white strand went underneath. So alternating, this right hand strand is going to go above both of those core strands, which means this one is also going to go above, and then we're weaving through the center. So it goes underneath, down through the gap here, and finally up through this loop. Blue strand went above, so again starting here on the right and alternating, this one is going to come in underneath, which means this left one is also starting by coming in underneath, and then we can start weaving that through. So then we just need to continue this pattern all the way down. So once you get down to the end, just tie a cobra knot. So the way we're going to do that is just take that left strand over, the right strand over that, and then behind and up through that left loop. And then we can tie one more. So take the right strand over this time, left strand over that, behind and up through that right loop. Tighten that down, and then we can just cut and singe these excess pieces off, and then we can tie a button down the bottom. To tie this button, I'm going to take my right strand and form a loop coming in underneath both of those strands. I'm going to take this left strand and form a loop coming in on top. I'm going to tuck this one up through that right loop. And this left strand is going to go down through that left loop. And then to tighten it up, I'm just going to pull these strands outwards, and now we just need to cut and singe these excess pieces off. So there you are, that's the finished bracelet. If you like this kind of thing, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, because here we talk about both decorative and functional knots. Thanks for watching. I like you all, and I'll see you on the next video.